Yeah, Shay Shay. Gang gang. That nigga gay, nigga. That nigga sitting there with them tight ass pants on, with his balls and all of them cat's face.
Some of y'all know me as Drint. And y'all see what's going on with Shannon. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He does like to choke. I know all about it.
There's the final stop of the day. 2 to 1. See the line started over there.
As you can see in the background, that is Shannon Sharpe with Hollywood, aka Drint, on vacation, celebrating together as a couple.
But when Unc said he want to date younger men, they killed me.
What if Shannon Sharpe's biggest secret wasn't in the DMs, but standing right beside him all along? For years, fans have whispered about his relationship with his former stylist, a man known as Hollywood Muggler, and the rumors just won't die. From romantic vacations and Instagram shoutouts to a sudden suspicious firing, this wasn't just a working relationship. At least that's what the internet thinks. And when you line up the photos, the timing, the slip-ups, and the way Shannon's tried to dodge the conversation, it all starts to look less like gossip and more like a cover-up. Forget the leaked texts, forget the OnlyFans lawsuit. This story starts with Hollywood and ends with the question Shannon Sharpe still hasn't answered. Before the lawsuits, before the viral clips and awkward podcast confessions, there was Hollywood. Real name, Drint. To most people, he was just Shannon Sharpe's personal stylist. But to those paying attention, he was always more than that. These two weren't just linked by fashion, they were inseparable. Hollywood wasn't just picking out jackets, he was sitting courtside, flying out for events, and posting selfies from what looked a lot like intimate getaways. The way they praised each other online didn't help either. Hollywood once called Shannon his #1 out of 8 billion people.
I got the best stylist in the world, not the United States, the entire world. Of 8 billion people, I got #1. And can't nobody stop us. Shay Sharpe and Hollywood, a dynamic duo that can't be stopped. Run tell that.
Now here's the thing, Jasmine, when have you ever seen people go this hard for a personal stylist? Now you got people that cut your hair. Shannon got people that cut his hair. Okay, he got people that work him out in the gym. He got physical therapists because he got tight hips and stuff. There's a lot of people that help get him together, producers of his show. Why would he make a video to Hollywood and say that out of 8 billion people in the world, him and Hollywood are going to take the world by storm?
And Shannon? He went on camera saying they were an unstoppable, dynamic duo. Not something most guys say about the person who lays out their outfits. Fans noticed, bloggers took screenshots, whispers turned into rumors, and soon people started asking, is Shannon Sharpe really just tight with his stylist? Or is there something deeper going on? Because this didn't look like business, it looked personal. Once the internet caught wind of how close Shannon and Hollywood really were, it didn't take long for the rumors to spread. Fast. People weren't just raising eyebrows, they were connecting dots. And some of those dots led straight to Kerry Rhodes, another NFL player who had once been linked to Hollywood under eerily similar circumstances. Hollywood had a pattern: high-profile athletes, close personal access, and online posts that felt more like love letters than fashion credits. And when fans looked at Shannon through that lens, everything started looking different. The vacations, the courtside appearances, the constant praise and presence backstage, it all felt a little too familiar. Gossip blogs like Tasha K and Media Takeout ran with it, publishing headlines that hinted at a secret relationship. Not just rumors, but actual claims from inside sources. And the more Shannon stayed silent, the louder it all got. Because in celebrity culture, no response often says a lot. For a while, Shannon and Hollywood were everywhere together. Events, TV sets, even vacations. Then, just like that, it was over. In mid-2023, fans noticed something strange. Hollywood was gone, no more shoutouts, no more appearances, and then came the official word: Shannon had cut ties, but the timing was suspicious. This wasn't just a quiet fade out. It happened right as the rumors were heating up again. Right when blogs were digging deeper. Right when fans started sharing old posts and videos of the two looking way too close for just a working relationship. Shannon tried to play it down, saying Hollywood was never officially his stylist, just someone helping out for a bit.
He was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelley. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events, and I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside.
Right.
I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LV jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together.
But if that's true, why the public praise? Why the chemistry? Why the emotional goodbye? To fans, it didn't sound like a business breakup. It sounded like damage control. And for many, the sudden fallout was the clearest sign yet that something was being covered up. Right after the split with Hollywood, a new name took over the headlines: Gabriela Zuniga, a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who filed a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon. The accusations were serious, and the leaked text messages, even worse. But here's where it gets weird. Instead of proving innocence, Shannon shared private messages that were so wild and explicit, fans started to side-eye the intention. Was this really a defense, or was it a carefully timed move to show he was into women? Right as rumors about his relationship with Hollywood were catching fire, some people called it out immediately. This feels like a distraction. The messages, involving race play and strange requests, only raised more questions. Not just about Shannon's behavior, but about why he would leak them in the first place. It didn't read like damage control. It felt like overcompensation. And suddenly, Gabriela's scandal wasn't stealing attention from the Stylist drama. It was fueling it. While fans and blogs were still dissecting the Gabriela texts, a few familiar voices stepped in and made things way messier. Comedians like Eddie Griffin, Mike Epps, and even Shaq started throwing shade at Shannon. And they weren't subtle. Eddie took it the furthest, calling Shannon out directly in a stand-up routine, saying what many had only implied, that Shannon was on the DL. No metaphors, no censorship, just straight-up accusations in front of a laughing crowd.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Gay. That nigga gay. That sitting there with them tight pants on, with his balls and dick all over cat's face. You can tell how that drink, nigga, he gay. Kept on saying, now, cat. That's lips.
Mike Epps followed up by joking that he wouldn't appear on Shannon's podcast, not because of time, but because he didn't want Shannon looking at his balls. It was wild, and it hit hard because it didn't sound like punchlines. It sounded personal. Shannon eventually clapped back, but not with a denial. He brushed it off, said the jokes were lazy, and that comedians were chasing clout off his name. But to a lot of people, that response only made things worse. Because once again, he didn't actually deny it. And when you've got comedians, fans, and insiders all repeating the same rumor, silence starts to look like confirmation.
Let them have it again.
Some more.
I can just say, nah, I won't hold on to it because I see what y'all doing. I'm going to do it myself now.
You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, you hear that, Hollywood?
Yeah.
We going about it all wrong.
As if the rumors, the firing, and the lawsuit weren't enough, Shannon Sharpe somehow made it worse. In one of the most awkward PR moments of the year, he accidentally went live on Instagram during a private moment in bed with a woman. No faces were shown, but the audio, let's just say it left no doubt what was happening. The internet exploded. Some people thought it was hilarious, others thought it was planned, and that's where the narrative flipped again. Critics, including Dr. Umar Johnson, said the whole thing felt staged. Too perfect, too convenient. Almost like Shannon wanted people to hear what he was doing, to prove a point. Why? Because at that moment, the Stylist rumors were everywhere. And suddenly, here comes this accidental broadcast of a straight, hyper-masculine moment. To a lot of fans, it didn't read like a mistake. It read like a performance, one designed to bury the narrative that had been following him ever since he and Hollywood stopped showing up together. No matter how far Shannon tries to move on, one name keeps coming back: Hollywood Muggler. Even after the Instagram live, even after the Gabriela lawsuit, fans kept digging up old photos, videos, and interviews of Shannon and his former stylist. And the content? It doesn't look like two guys just doing business. Backstage moments, matching outfits, affectionate captions, and vacations that felt way too cozy. All of it started going viral again. Hollywood never said much, but what he did say, always vague, always emotional, always just enough to stir the pot. At one point, he was even linked to NFL star Kerry Rhodes, a rumor Kerry denied until photos of them on a romantic trip surfaced. Hollywood later said, "If he loved me like a little brother, he effed me like a wife." Now that's the same guy who worked shoulder to shoulder with Shannon Sharpe. So when fans started asking questions, it wasn't out of nowhere. It was based on patterns, on behavior, and on receipts. And the more Shannon tried to delete, distance, and deflect, the more people started thinking maybe Hollywood wasn't just a stylist, maybe he was the secret Shannon's been running from. By now, the pattern was impossible to ignore. Every time the rumors came back, Shannon responded with something loud. A viral clip, a messy interview, a surprise accident on social media. And each time it felt like he was doing the most to prove one thing, that he's into women. But that effort itself started to raise eyebrows. Because why try so hard? Why keep talking about how straight you are if you're really secure in it? In his interview with Cam Newton, Shannon said the rumors only show up when he's winning, that people use "he's gay" as a way to emasculate black men in the spotlight.
When Cat dropped, it's like, all of a sudden he's gay now.
Yeah. So when you do see, Unc Zesty, or, stepping outside of, I don't know now, and we don't never see him post no woman, he just got all these damn dogs. Red flag. From the horse's mouth himself, it's like, how do you respond?
I'm in a no-win situation. Because if I respond, they say hit dog holler. If I don't respond, they say, well, if it wasn't true, he would say something. So if I respond, I'm a hit dog. If I don't respond, he's hiding something. So how do I win? I win, hey, they're gonna say what that's the thing that I didn't realize, that when I really got into this, there's this celebrity, this kind of fame here, Cam, is on a different level. I mean, I was a damn good football player. I won Super Bowls, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but this is 20 times the magnification of what I was as an athlete.
So my question is it because of the power of social media, or is it the evolution of you?
It's a combination of both, and that's why I don't let people play with my name. Everybody knows there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's not. I'm just not gay. And most straight men don't let you play with their name like that.
Especially not in our culture.
No. But see, also, in our culture, if I want to try to emasculate you or try, what do I say? I say he's gay. Because no matter what you think, that's still, in our culture, that's still kind of frowned upon. And people, they'll say all these things, well, it's okay. And I don't have a problem with it. I have people that work for me that's their life. That's their life. That's not my life. I don't judge what you do in your home, what you go to bed with, who you wake up as. That ain't got nothing to do with Shannon Sharpe. Right. That ain't my bed. For me, is that was the hardest thing, because it was almost like they were trying to convince me that I was something that I'm not, but I kept repeating it.
And yes, there's truth to that. But here's the catch. Most straight men don't go out of their way to drop Instagram lives in the bedroom, expose private texts, or fire their stylist the minute people start talking. That's not protecting your image. That's trying to bury something. And the harder Shannon pushes back, the more it looks like he's fighting a truth he doesn't want to admit. To the public, or maybe even to himself. For all the noise, the rumors, the shade from comedians, and the media chaos, one thing remains crystal clear. Nobody really knows the truth about Shannon Sharpe. But the questions won't stop. Because when you add it all up, the tight relationship with Hollywood, the sudden firing, the Gabriella lawsuit, the accidental live stream, and the way Shannon keeps dodging direct answers, it all starts to feel like more than coincidence. And maybe that's why this story has stuck around for so long. Not because people care who Shannon's dating, but because everything about his reaction feels calculated, controlled, and just a little too forced. Hollywood may be out of the picture, but his presence still hangs over Shannon's image like a shadow. And until the truth comes out, fans are going to keep asking the same thing. Was Hollywood just his stylist, or was he the secret Shannon's been trying to erase?